Hello friends, in this video we will learn about back rank checkmate. Back rank essentially means the last rank where enemy king is kind of trapped behind his own pawns. So if you can imagine a situation where we manage to trade both of this rook and manage to land one of our heavy piece on this rank, then it would be checkmate as black king will not be able to move anywhere. So in this position, if you count the number of attackers on the d8 square, there are 3 attackers on the d8 square while only 2 pieces are defending the d8 square. So we can give back rank checkmate here with the following moves, starting with the move queen d8 check. Now this queen has to be taken, and after rook take d8, rook take d8 and rook take d8, we have managed to land one of our heavy piece on this back rank, and the king has no moves, so it is back rank checkmate. Now this is the classic example of back rank checkmate where an enemy king is trapped behind his own pawns and a heavy piece is giving check on the back rank where none of black's pieces are defending it. So now let's move on to next example. So in this example, the f8 square is currently protected by the king as well as the rook. So we cannot directly move there with the move queen f8. It would be a mistake, but first we can play the move queen f7 check, forcing the king into the corner. As king has nowhere to go, king has to go in the corner, and now you can see the king is perfectly trapped behind his pawns, and the number of attackers on the f8 square are 2 while only the rook is defending f8 square. So we can play the move queen f8 check here, and after rook take f8, rook take f8, it would be back rank checkmate yet again. So in the next example, I will show you one of the game that demonstrates how back rank weakness can affect a particular position. So this is a game between Edwin Adams and Carlos Torre. So we have a Philidor defense here, and I will quickly jump towards the critical position. As you can see, white has a little bit of space advantage and also manages to double his rooks on the e file. And after queen d7, white plays the move bishop take f6 and bishop takes f6. And now you can see just 17 moves have been played and white is completely winning here because of the back rank weakness of the black side. As you can see in the current position, the e8 square is attacked twice, but it is also defended twice by the black queen and the rook. So what white does here, he distracts one of the defender of the e8 square with the move queen g4. Fantastic queen sacrifice. This queen cannot be taken because rook take e8 and it would be checkmate, as black will have one defender less if he takes this queen. So his after queen g4, not only he cannot take his queen, but also the black queen on d7 is also under attack. So he has to move the queen. So he moves to the b5 square, but now comes another spectacular move, queen c4. Again this queen cannot be taken by any of black piece because rook take e8 would be checkmate yet again. So black goes back to d7, and another beautiful move here, queen c7. Again this queen is untouchable by both of the black pieces because e8 square would lose one of his defenders, and then rook take e8 would be checkmate yet again. For instance, after rook takes c7, rook takes e8, the king has nowhere to go, and after queen takes e8, rook take e8, it would be checkmate, and the same will happen if the queen takes the queen. It would be checkmate yet again because of rook take e8. So now again the queen is under attack on d7, so black decides to go back to b5, but here white again plays this move a4, attacking the queen again. The queen has to stay on this diagonal to defend the e8 rook. So black takes this a4 pawn, and again a fantastic move, rook to e4. Once again this rook cannot be taken with the queen because after queen take e4 we will take this queen, and now black cannot take this queen on c7 because rook take e8 would be checkmate, and he cannot take this rook as well because queen takes c8, and again it would be checkmate after something like this. So you can see after this fantastic move rook to e4, this queen is again under attack. So black moves the queen to b5 square, and now just after queen takes b7 we can see black queen can no longer stay on this diagonal. All the squares are covered from white side, and the e8 square will lose its protection now, so black resigned after queen takes b7. So this short game demonstrates how important it is to know about back rank checkmate and how it can be a decisive factor. So now I have a little exercise for all of you. Let's see if you can solve it. So this is the position. After queen h4, black's last move was queen h4, threatening queen takes h2 checkmate. White took the bishop on e5, and now it is black to play and win. You can pause the video and think here. So once again you can see white king has the back rank weakness as it is trapped behind his own pawns. So black plays wonderful queen sacrifice again, queen f2. Now this queen cannot be taken because rook will land on the back rank. Let's say after rook takes f2, rook c1, and after rook f1 it would be back rank checkmate. So queen f2 is the fantastic move. This is the start of the solution, but white can defend with the move rook g1, this g2 square, and now again with a little combination we managed to take away this pawn and then replace it with a rook, and then we give checkmate. So we play queen takes g2 here. This queen has to be taken, and now this rook, because it is under pin, it is unable to come back to the back rank to defend this weakness. And again after rook c1 check, you can see even though instead of pawn the rook is here, but the rook cannot go back because of this pin, and yet again it is a back rank checkmate after queen e1 and rook takes e1. Now this rook is almost like a pawn in this position, and it is a back rank checkmate yet again. So this is all that you need to know about the back rank checkmate. Thank you.